Vaughn, and I want to welcome you to today's devotional. You know, life often leaves us waiting for opportunities, waiting for answers, waiting for breakthrough. The waiting can affect our minds. It can weigh heavily on our hearts. Today we're leaning into the topic of timing, trusting God in the unknown. One of the greatest pressures on our mental health is the question of timing. When will it change? How long will I be stuck here? Why hasn't God answered you? Waiting can wear the mind down, producing frustration, doubt, hopelessness. People, many around you, are waiting on something. You're waiting on something, perhaps. Waiting for jobs, waiting for promotions, waiting for the economy to turn around, and the delay feels unbearable at times. It's like sitting at a red light that refuses to turn green, and everyone else seems to be moving, but you're stuck. That frustrating of waiting can take a toll, not only on your patience, but on your peace of mind. Psalms 31:15 says, "My times are in your hands." And Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So God's timing, I want you to get this, in the times that we're in right now, with the instability in our economy, God's timing does not bow to Wall Street. His timing does not bow to job reports or political calendars. While we want things instantly, God develops us in the waiting. I'm reminded of a story of a lady I was talking to, and she said, "I heard you preach, and you said when one door closes, another door is open." She said, "But can I tell you something?" She said, "There's hell in the hallway waiting on that other door to open." That's how she described her waiting, as hell in the hallway. But when we want things instantly, again, God develops us in the waiting. Time tests our trust. And while inflation rises and the job market feels unstable, God still controls the season of our lives. Matter of fact, just this morning I was talking to someone and they said, "I haven't worked in months, but I'm waiting on unemployment to kick in." They said it could take 4 to 5 weeks. I got a little income coming in. My wife has a little income in, and we're maintaining, but he's waiting on extra resources to come in while still looking for more employment. Can you imagine that kind of frustration and weight that gentleman is holding as a head of a household and of a wife who has health conditions that are very challenging right now? When we talk about this waiting, while we know that God is in control of the seasons of our lives, and we say in church all the time, "My times are in his hands." Let's think about Joseph sitting in prison for years after being falsely accused. Or think about Abraham waiting decades for a promised child, looking like, God, you said this was going to be, but in the waiting and the time frame, it doesn't match up. So I think I might need to take things in my own hands. And we know he did. And we know the outcome and consequences of what happens when we take things in our own hands. So we have Israel, who was crying out under Egyptian slavery until the timing of deliverance came. In every case, waiting wasn't wasted. Can I say that again? When God has you in a waiting is not wasted. God was preparing, he was shaping, and he was aligning. In the same way, your delay is not denial. Your waiting is not wasted. Can I say that again? Your waiting is not wasted. God is using it to develop patience and resilience and a deeper trust. Sometimes what feels like a closed door is really a season of preparation for the right door. Let's do a check on our mental health. One of the greatest strains on the mind is uncertainty about when. That one word, when. A lot of strain and stress can be in that one word, when. Waiting often produces anxiety and comparison, and restlessness. But releasing the calendar to God relieves pressure. Release your calendar. Release your schedule to Him. Trusting His timing gives our mind rest in a restless world, and it allows us to say, I don't have to know the time if I know the one who holds time. Our times, your times, are in His hands. When we look at this on a practical perspective, I heard a man who waited nearly 2 years for medical transplant. Doctors gave him timelines, then delays came, then delayed, then again and again. He said, the waiting nearly drove me crazy until I realized God's calendar is bigger than the hospital's. The surgery finally came, and his testimony was this: the waiting season built my faith more than the healing itself. May I say to you, I don't have to know the time if I know the one who holds the time. So thank you for sharing these moments with me. If you've been wrestling with the waiting season, I pray today's devotional has uplifted that burden. Remember, God's timing is perfect even when it feels delayed. So this is Bishop Jack Vaughn. Until next time, keep trusting, keep holding, keep waiting, keep obeying. Stay strong. God's got you.